All right, so this looks to be a great time to get started. I know more and more community members will join in as well. So my name is Majid. I am the COO of the Taboo crypto project. James, who is the CEO, is also here as well, and together we are going to be hosting this AMA. We're all very excited to see you all here. This looks to be, in terms of our voice calls, it looks to be a record turnout already, and this is quite exciting for us because we know that this is really just the beginning of this journey that we're all on together, and there is just so much more that we have in store for all of you, and we have been quite excited as well to have this major news that has been released. So we are going to be listed on another exchange. It is going to be our third exchange as well. And I know that people are going to be asking, well, Majid, when are you going to announce the name, and when's the listing date? We concluded this deal, and I want to make it very clear to everybody that our job and our primary purpose in helping grow this project to $1 billion plus crypto project is to ensure that at all times we are under promising and over delivering. So what James and I do not want to be doing is to announce a date when the exchange themselves have not actually officially announced it. This can lead to disappointment. There can be expectations there, and we want to make sure everybody is happy. So for now, let's enjoy the fact that we are listing on another exchange. Exchanges bring quite a bit of trading volume as well as exposure, and it's been quite a long time since we've made an exchange move. So James and I are quite happy about that, and we believe that this is not only a stepping stone, but it's a major step in the right direction for us, alongside all the fantastic news that we're going to be having later this week as well. So I'll let James share a word or two before we move forward. But before, as always, I just want to thank each and every one of you for being here today. As we always say, you are here early, and I want to make our community like a family-based community. So I want you to know that every community member here, every investor, first and foremost, every question you ask on this AMA, there's no such thing as a stupid question. So feel free to ask us any questions that are on your mind. This is why James and I are here today on this AMA. Is to make sure that our investors are comfortable with this investment, and we want to provide as much knowledge and information as possible to all of you so that you can continue to hold us on our inevitable quest to a billion, five, and then $10 billion of market cap. We really do believe that we will get there as well. So I will let James say a few words as well, and
Yeah,
we'll move
I'm
forward. So
sorry. I'm not 100% sure what happened. Did you hear? I had my phone connected to a Bluetooth speaker that was in a completely different room, and I thought something was wrong. Majid, did you hear everything I said before?
nothing, never heard anything you said. So
Oh, there we are then. Well, there we are. Okay, so that's unbelievable. And I virtually just picked up the last part of that, but there we are. Okay, so yeah, I mean, um, as you guys are aware, we have just announced our third exchange, and something that was quite important. And somebody mentioned to me, it's our biggest announcement yet. Although we have announced two other exchanges. Well, there's quite a simple answer for that, and the answer is that this exchange is the biggest exchange that we have listed on to date. Hence why it is the biggest announcement ultimately for Taboo. And I didn't quite hear everything Majid said, but we've got a few other things that we're going to discuss on this voice chat today. And thanks for joining us. It's a great turnout. And any questions, we always love to hear your questions, your feedback, and even any suggestions that you guys may have. I mean, everything helps, and we're always we're all ears. We're always open to any suggestions, any positive feedback, any criticized feedback. We always want to hear what potentially you guys think that we could be doing better, or what you guys think we're doing fantastic at, for that matter. And we're all ears, and we would love to have you guys get involved. And like Majid quite rightly said, there is no such thing as a stupid question. And we are progressing as a community, we are progressing as a project. And as Majid quite rightly said, we are only just getting started, believe you me. I mean, we're up to 12 million market cap now, whatever it might be. And we will ensure that it's going to be $1 billion project. We won't be stopping anytime soon, or even when we achieve that. So please get involved, give us your feedback, and yeah, let's open up the floor to you guys.
Yes, yes. And I just before we even open up the floor to new questions, I really do believe that on this journey and this quest that we're on together, it is important to recognize some of the accomplishments that we've made as well. I know some of you in here are brand new investors who have come in recently, but many of you are also dedicated long-term holders and see the utility and the potential of Taboo. So, it wasn't much long ago when we were sitting at 2 million market cap, and look where we are now. I mean, our holder count was barely moving at one point because the market conditions were not conducive to growing. But despite the market bloodbaths that went on before, at some of the worst times this entire year, we still ended up hitting Hotbit's highest gainers list. We still did a 2 to 2.5 times pump when all the top 50 and 100 cryptos were tanking. You know what that tells me? It tells me that we have a dedicated, loyal community and that this project is resilient. And then as
Yeah,
we
and,
start
and just
moving
following up
forward,
on
yeah,
that,
go on.
Majid,
Yeah,
sorry to interrupt,
yeah,
but it
yeah.
also goes back to as I like to always say, we always like to maximize the potential and ensure
Hmm.
before, it's important to strategize. And for me, it's very important to also maximize the potential of everything that we do. And because, whatever that may be, you want to always get 100% the best results you possibly can. And, somebody's mentioned in the chat just now, can I mention the name of the exchange? Well, yes, I can, but it wouldn't be the right thing to do because the
Hmm.
exchange has specifically asked us to not do that because it's more of a respect thing. It's not, they don't want to be bombarded in their Telegram accounts, emails, social medias with, oh, when's Taboo listing? Oh, Taboo's listing. Is our Taboo listing? It's just not the done thing in the crypto space. And we didn't do it with Hotbit. We didn't do it with our bank. And out of respect, I don't wish to do it with this new exchange that we're going to be listing on soon. It's only a few days away until we make that joint announcement. And I just think it's, the respectful thing to do for both parties, to do that. And that's just, a sort of unwritten rule in the crypto space. And, anybody that does start announcing names of exchanges before they have, it's not really the correct thing to do. So, no, I would prefer not to. Um, we will be announcing it this week with them, synchronized. And as I mentioned to you before, the reason it is the biggest news to date is because it's the biggest exchange that we've listed on up to now. So that's answered that question.
Yes, 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 yes. Thank you for bringing that up, James. Just so we can, ensure that our investors are aware of the reasonings behind why we don't announce the name. In fact, just so you're all aware, exchanges actually I've seen this happen before. They delist tokens when they make rash decisions or moves like that. So of course, James and I, we're always wanting to make sure we're doing the right thing for the sake and the integrity of the Taboo project. And this is why we're seeing the results we are now. As I said, it wasn't long ago when we were making the right chess moves, as I like to say, and we were informing all of you that this is not a pump and dump, this is not a shit coin, this is a project with real utility that is, and we're building out a real brand that will become long lasting. And you know what I love now is people are waking up and they're seeing that the foundations are being set. I remember James and I, we actually did an AMA It was a private whale channel that we did an AMA on, and it was really interesting to hear their feedback. I mean, the owner of the group was surfing through our socials. Wow, very clean socials. Looking through our website, amazing how they've done their website. Their marketing is superior. Wow, their marketplace is being built by the Engine Coin marketplace developers. Their models are beautiful. There was nothing negative that they could say about our project. That is what I want to say. And so, with that being said, again, thank you all for being here. I'm going to open up the floor to questions. I thrive off of people asking questions in this voice chat. So work with me as it's very early in the morning for me. Ask away in this voice call. If your energies go up, my energies will go up 10 times more. So feel free for anyone to just to open up the floor and ask the first question.
Come on, guys, don't be shy. I think we have Matt. We have Matt here. Matt, we can always rely on you, for a question to get us started and to create a little bit of
Yes.
enthusiasm in the
Yeah,
community.
it's the one that I'm sort of most excited about, really. The NFT platform, version one. What
Yes.
sort, are we still on track to get that
Mm,
completed or out for people to see early September?
Do you know what,
mm,
Matt? It's so
good.
pleased you brought that up as the first question,
Yes.
and this
Yes.
was one of the surprise announcements
Oh,
of
okay.
this AMA. So, as you guys may or may not be aware, obviously the people that have been with us from day one would be more aware than others, that I'm quite particular and super fussy. Now, you know, everything I do, it has to be the best. Hence why everything we do is the best. We have the best, marketplace developers creating our marketplace. Now, they came back last week with some designs that I wasn't 100% satisfied with. Um, and then today we've been sent some updated designs. We went through the majority of pages on it. And what I can say is wow. So right now, today, we know what it's going to look like. Um, we have a good understanding of what version one is going to look like. Um, in terms of deployment, in answer to your question, Matt, um, it's going to be weeks, not months. I don't want to put a definitive date on it. But I think that, like I always say, let's not run before we can walk. We're in good stead. We're in good time frames. We will have version one. I would like to invite, personally, some of our, loyal, long term, committed community members to potentially try out, along with our team, to try out, the first version, to get some feedback on it before it's launched, which I think would be a sensible thing to do. But in answer to your question, it's going to be weeks, not months, and it is looking fantastic. And I don't necessarily see any reasons why, leading up to it, we can't share some screenshots here and there, Maggie. Do you? I don't see any reason why we couldn't potentially do that.
I think, based on our personal conversations together, it's looking like, we are going to share some examples or renderings of the marketplace. And why we want to do that is because, you know, I think it'll become real for everyone when they start to see visually what is to come. And so expect an announcement around that sooner rather than later. And we're not gonna share it all. We're gonna share some examples of how the maybe the homepage will look, and various pages on the marketplace, keeping in mind that this is a draft design and it may also be altered in the coming weeks based on James and my guidance as well. But I think that I believe that, yes, James, the community, I believe, deserves to see it, and I think it'll bring a lot of happiness to our community members, which is our
Exactly.
number
And, you
one
know,
aim.
and
So
rest assured, you know, it is a game changer. And as you guys, know full well, if you have taken the time out to indulge in our white paper, the features that are going to be on that marketplace, are second to none. Version 1 won't, you know, have all of them integrated for obvious reasons. But it is, our marketplace is a game changer. And, I'm super excited uh, to get some examples out there and to get that up and running. I mean, after we looked at the designs today, Majid and I were on the phone, and I was just overwhelmed with excitement because, like Majid just said, it's becoming real now.
yeah.
It's happening, like it's there. That's our business, that's our project now, all coming together. And I feel more proud and overwhelmed to give it to you guys. That's what I'm here to do. I'm essentially working for the community and all of our investors. And it's just, it's a very proud moment to see it all come together like that.
Yes, yes, and some of the not only the cutting edge features that signify this, I like to call it competitive edge, and first movers advantage relative to the competition. I mean, there's really no point of even comparing ourselves to the competition. We actually, well, one of the first time we trended on Coin Market Cap, we had a $40,000 buy, and our same competitors had an equal sell off. So put us right next to our competition, and we blow them out of the water. But with that being said, James has always brought this up, and we have a lot of conversations around this. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. We want this marketplace to be so simple and user friendly that anyone who doesn't even have a crypto wallet or has even owned a cryptocurrency will be able to easily create a wallet, own Taboo, buy and sell on the marketplace as well. And that's one of the most, that's where I was almost hit with overwhelm the other day, when I actually saw that simplicity in the interface and how user friendly it was on the marketplace. That's what James and I are also very excited about
Yeah,
as
and
well. So
take advantage of the features that the marketplace offers, whether you are or you aren't essentially a Taboo holder. As we all know, the benefits are major if you're a Taboo holder in terms of the tiered system, but also for the people that aren't crypto centric to still be able to utilize and benefit
mhm,
from such a fantastic product.
absolutely, absolutely. Fantastic question, Matt. Thank you for opening up the floor and setting the right example. Would anyone else like to follow suit at this very moment? There is 36 of us on this voice call right now. So
Oh, we have Samshir with us. Samshir normally likes to get involved. Samshir, how are you? Is he here? Is he? He's listening in.
I believe he is listening in. But, well,
Okay, well, we must be doing something right then. If there's no questions, then that's that.
I hope we haven't created a deer in a headlight situation where we've inundated all of you with so much amazing information that now you're paralyzed. I hope that it's just silence met with, you know. So,
Samshir's got a
I've got
voice problem, he said.
I've got another one if you want, guys.
Go on, Matt, go on.
absolutely.
Okay, so I think Certic audit. I know it's paid for and underway.
Yes.
But we got an ETA on that. I think that'd be a really nice checkpoint to get through.
Yeah, the Certic audit was submitted, paid for. They have come back to us, I think, over the last 7 days, 14 days. But as you guys know, we have been overwhelmed with various bits and pieces. We need to go back to them on 1 or 2 points. It was a really positive audit. Majid, make a note of that as priority. We need to get back to them. I would like to get that concluded and ultimately released and published way before the marketplace launch. So yeah, that's something that
Yes.
is imminent and on the way.
Yes,
It's
yes,
silly, it's
and
paid for, it's done, it's positive. Let's just get those last few little bits they've got out of the way, and let's get that published. There's no reason for that not to happen.
absolutely, absolutely. And just to add to piggyback of what James said, at any moment in time, there's always, I always say this, there are immediate priorities as a business that we as business owners, as we're always treating this business like a real business. And I will say with certainty that 99% of crypto projects do not run a crypto company like a business. So we're always keeping in mind what do we need to do right now. And while the CERTIC audit is in progress and it is nearly being finalized, there's only so much we can do at the same time in a given moment. And so I believe now we're well positioned to go back to them, as James said, and finish off based on their one or two pointers that they gave us, which were very positive pointers as well. And overall, the audit was their audit draft that they presented to us was extremely favorable. But I will make a note of that, James, and expect again sooner rather than later, probably in
Yeah,
the next
exactly. Please, that would
coming
be
days.
marvelous, because I'd like, it's done. We just need to, simply get that finalised and ultimately published. And like you say, Matt, that's only going to be, a positive for us before that marketplace, version 1 does get launched. So, yeah, I think that's an absolute no-brainer. Let's get that done and dusted, so we can
Yes,
move forward on from that and put to bed.
yes, 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 exactly. And any other questions from anyone else on this voice call right now? You're making our jobs a little too easy, Hit us with some
Yeah, come on, guys.
questions.
You must have something that, so, or even not questions, just some feedback that, you could potentially think that we could do better on, or something that you think we might be missing. Or, for me, I'm all ears. I want to hear what the community thinks we should be doing, shouldn't be doing, could be doing, that we're not, whatever that may be. We would love, we're all about hearing the community's thoughts and ideas, because as I said, we are here, we're essentially working for you guys. So anything you may have, don't be shy, come out and speak, and please let us know, have some input, let us know your feedback and thoughts.
I was hoping Osiris was about to ask a question, but we can maybe check the chat and see if there's any questions. Feel free to type some of them out if you are shy. Okay, great. So Shirag asked the question.
Uh,
When is? Oh, go
can you
on.
listen
Yeah,
me, guys?
yeah, we can
Okay,
hear you,
one
James.
question because okay, I'm watching the roadmap and I saw that it will end at Q4 of 2021. What happened in 2022? What's your plans? What are you thinking to do next year about that?
About which aspect of the roadmap? Your voice cut out a little bit. Please repeat that.
About your plans in 2022, because the roadmap only say this year.
I don't even know if I'm here tomorrow yet.
Yes, yes. Okay, no. So here's.
I'm actually at the next ground that shithole.
Yeah, here's some background noise there. Okay, great.
Got
So
the 4 biggest buildings in Cork being built at the moment, all side by side, and they're doing all 4 at the same time. So
Imagine, I'm not sure who that is. Can you mute that
I
person?
think it says you. So maybe you might need to mute yourself so I can answer this question.
But so the website aren't working. They haven't put me in.
I'm not actually sure who it is right now.
Sometimes the
That's
change
just
is
a
too
background
busy.
echo. Oh, actually, you know what? I think I found who it is. Okay, it just went away. Perfect. So yeah, James. So I'll answer this. And I will. It's going to be a two-pronged way that I approach on how I answer this. So, first and foremost, any crypto project, any stock company, when they start out, at the beginning, there can be a roadmap. There can be a vision and a plan on how you want to see and carry out the growth trajectory of that project. But what we also want to keep in mind is that even as these projects develop, we ourselves, as people that are running and spearheading the project, our mindsets evolve with it. I mean, I was just on the phone with James yesterday, and he said, you know what? Despite all of my business background and acumen that I have learned so much along the way with the way that we've spent on marketing and all of that. So we actually want to give ourselves room to modify and adapt our roadmap plans the same way that we did with our white paper. I mean, that's the reason we released white paper version 1.0, and then we released version 2.0. And I assure you that there could be an opportunity where we would release perhaps a white paper version 3.0. So
For
to
sure. And
go
I
back
mean,
to
Majid, just following up on
yeah,
that, it's like any
yes,
business, it's healthy to evolve. So, as
yes,
Majid just quite rightly said, from version 1 to version 2, we, as the guys that have been with us from the start, can quite clearly see how much more complex just the marketplace is, because it's in our interest and our job to ensure that we are the best. And if that means that we have to make changes along the way, and every business does develop, does evolve into a different
hmm
animal to what you first initially think, it's going to be. And that's something that we've done. So in answer to your question, James, yes, the roadmap for this year, we are looking to have version 1 of the marketplace, you know, deployed over the next weeks rather than months. Then obviously we've got version 2 that come along with a considerable amount of extra features within that, and then also version 3, that will be the all singing, all dancing marketplace. And like Maggie said yesterday when we were on the call, I said that will also evolve from then. This is ongoing. This won't
hmm
stop. So just because your marketplace has launched and your marketplace is developed and it's deployed, that doesn't mean that you're going to stop working on it. So there's always going to be things that we're going to want to add to make it better and to ultimately give the customer, the user, a better experience, and that's something that we will continuously monitor, and continuously get feedback on along the way. And the same goes if there are other things that we may potentially need to add or take away for that matter. Then that's something we would obviously, the points that we would bring on board. So this is an ongoing thing. It doesn't just stop at the end of 2021 when all of our
yes,
milestones have been ticked off the list, because believe you me, lots more get created, and this is ultimately a business, and it's just like any other business. We are evolving, we are moving with the times, and that's something that I can ensure to you, as investors in the community, that we will do.
absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay. Thank you. And I have another fast question. Um, it's about, I think that only the 8% of the population invest in coins. That's mean that at max 8% of the population will join
hmm
Taboo. Are you thinking about how to make it simple or easier to normal people to access to your NFT marketplace?
Yes. So,
Yes,
Majid, if you don't mind, I would like
yes,
to pick
yes.
up on that and start that off, because, as a lot of you will know, people that have been with us from the start, that Majid is fully crypto centric from the crypto background, and myself, um, I'm not as such, but I am. Obviously, I've been invested in multiple. I've always had investments in the crypto. The large market cap, typical Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc., etc. Now, I've got a relatively good, successful business background, and something I've always said to Majid, and something that is so important for me, and is actually at the forefront of everything I do, is simplicity. So Majid mentioned even something earlier. I'm always, Majid and I are on the phone, 2, 3 times a day, and all I constantly say is keep it simple, because
hmm
mark my words, there are a lot more people, James, like you just quite rightly said, there are a lot more people that aren't involved in crypto, that want to get involved in crypto, which aren't, than actual people that are essentially involved in crypto. So, you know, if we were to come up with a winning formula, which I potentially feel our team at Taboo have essentially done, then there is absolutely no stopping us. You know, we are trying to simplify the whole process of enabling everybody to be able to utilize and benefit from this fantastic marketplace that the Engine Coin developers are building as we speak. And Majid, I'll let you take over from here, but, you know, also goes about, you know, Majid, you'll be able to explain it a lot better than I can about, you know, about the team and about how, you know, we work and, excel and thrive off each other so well because of our backgrounds. And Majid, I'll let you take over from there.
Yes, yes. When it comes to, obviously, as the cliche goes, teamwork does make the dream work, right? And more hands makes heavy work light. So when it comes to, James's personality and background, and it comes to my personality and background as well, we are quite a unique mixture of a team, because while I bring that crypto centric background and I have had business background before, James brings his business background here, and he understands and can relate to all the people that perhaps want to invest in crypto but don't know how. And I will assure you of one thing: with my background and experience managing and running multiple crypto projects, some of which have hit hundreds of millions of market cap, I will tell you the number one problem that has not been solved by any crypto company globally is the simplification of the process of getting someone interested in a crypto project and saying, I want to buy this, to the tools and the guidance necessary for them to be able to buy that cryptocurrency in such a simple way, where it is as easy as me logging onto a website and registering and making an account. So that is how simple we are going to make it on this marketplace. And if we can break through and successfully do this, the world is our oyster, because now our market reach goes well beyond what a crypto company will do, who is focused just on crypto centric lingo and terminology, and all of these unique features that, James always says excites the prototypical crypto investor who likes to stake and farm and all of that. Well, if we try to talk to some of our even model partners about staking and farming, smoke will blow out their ear. They'll get so uncomfortable, they'll just say, I don't want to work on this project anymore, right? And to add to that, to get
and
them
Matt, and to add to that, Majid, what you just said, just while you're on the topic, I know, great minds think alike, but also it's the same that, who the fan base of our partnered models.
Yes, exactly.
I could almost guarantee to you that 95%, or let's just go on James statistics, that only 8% of people are crypto centric. So 92% of their audience and fan base, or whatever you wish to call it, technically don't know how to get involved or buy crypto. So therefore, under that basis, it's in our interest, and also the business's interest or project's interest, however you want to word it, to enable, Joe Bloggs, one of Chloe's biggest fans, who has absolutely no idea about crypto, to be able to simply visit our marketplace and ultimately buy an NFT of her. And that's something that, is like I said before, at the forefront of our minds, and something that we will ensure we will enable to happen.
Yes, yes, exactly. And with that being said, we are not ignoring crypto-centric people. I mean, our market cap has grown the way it has because of crypto goers who understand the crypto sphere, but we're thinking 10, 15, 20 steps ahead at this point. And from the way that the designs look on our marketplace, and of course, we need to go through beta launches and to test out the usability of the marketplace first as well. It really looks very promising to solve the really the $1 million question, and what I believe is the number one thing that not a single crypto project in the entire crypto space has been able to solve. And to this day, I'm a go-getter. James is the same way. For example, when I have people who come to me and they propose problems, I always say, instead of sharing the problem, why don't you be the solution? So when I see that there's a problem in the crypto space, instead of me just highlighting it, I think, what can I do to solve it? Right. So the problem solving aspect of what we're doing is a very, very big thing. And we're on the right path to doing that as well. So very,
Yeah,
very good question. Very, very
yeah.
good question. I was very happy with that.
Sorry, I
Yeah,
don't know
go ahead.
if I understood you correctly, so I would like to be a little bit more specific, okay?
Sure.
Imagine that the marketplace is done, so a new user want to join, so he joined to the URL, then he
Hmm.
registered an account, and then he's in. But he want to buy some coins to can see some NFT. Uh,
Yes.
can they use the credit card or something like this, like a payment bridge in a
Yep.
normal banks to
Yes.
buy
Yes. Yes.
the
Yes.
coin?
Yes, yes. So we have a fiat on ramp as well, and people will be able to buy NFTs directly with fiat as well as other currencies too, other cryptos. We're gonna implement that, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all of that, USD Tether, and straight fiat like US dollar, for example. But people will also have the opportunity, as we said, with how simple we're going to make it for them. We're going to make it so easy for them to be able to even set up crypto wallets for the first time, to then be able to own and hold Taboo. I hope that answers your question as well, James. So we're giving access to every possibility in this respect, because as James has said before, what if someone wants to just come in and buy an NFT and has no interest as well on the flip side to creating a cryptocurrency wallet and owning a cryptocurrency? Well, we want to allow them the opportunity to just go out and just buy an NFT, kind of the same way that, does that make sense? And we want to be able to give them that chance to do it just on straight fiat and other payment options as well. So I hope that, does that answer your question, James?
Yeah, perfect. And it's exactly what I wanted to hear. So thank you so much, boys.
No problem. No
No,
problem.
pleasure. Thank you, James. Thanks for your questions. We've got a few questions in the main chat, but before we go to those, if we can keep momentum here, have we got anybody inside this voice call right now that would like to ask any questions personally?
Okay.
Okay, so
So
we'll go to Samshir. So Samshir's asks, will taboo pairs be increased in the near future? Now, as far as I'm aware, Majid, just thinking off the top of my head, with the exchanges that we're currently on, I believe it's preliminary. It's predominantly USDT. Taboo with the new exchange. Samshir, in answer to your question, simply yes. We are going to be adding some new pairs, Majid. Agreed. We're going to be
agreed.
looking at USDT again, along with Bitcoin and along with one other that I think is undetermined. But also at the same time, I think it's important to remember that when you potentially have so many different pairs on one exchange, it can affect the volume for that pair.
Absolutely.
So I think it's quite important to sort of gauge it, judge it to the, to the extent that getting it right. It's about balance, and it's about making sure that, you don't want no volume on one pair and a lot on the other. It's about just getting that right. But yeah, in answer to your question, Samshir, there will be on this next exchange listing an added pair that essentially we don't have now.
Yes, and as James correctly said, as trading volume picks up and as demand picks up for individuals who want to buy and own Taboo, or to just be able to sell it on the free market, um, additional trading pairs are always an option on existing exchanges as well. So that is a gauging and balancing act on our end, the same way that from the very beginning of our project. I remember at our infancy, we are still in our infancy, but earlier on, closer to when we first launched, I was looking at other crypto projects and even some of our competitors, and they were pumping out exchange after exchange after exchange. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the right strategy as well, right? I need everyone to understand that timing is everything in this crypto space. Uh, uh, if you know how to time marketing initiatives, as an example, when we have done a lot of marketing on this project, and we have spent, James has spent out of pocket hundreds of thousands of dollars to ensure that more eyes can see us for brand awareness and exposure. That doesn't mean that we are using every marketing opportunity that we have right now because we want to maximize on the effects of our marketing spend. And to pair that with what I'm talking about with exchanges, there is an issue where if people list on too many exchanges too quickly, uh, it can be counterproductive to our price action. So this is where we are careful on when we do and when we make these major moves. And I think right now, with the way that our holder count has gone up, and with the time in which it's been since our previous exchange news, I think this could not have come at a better time. Would you agree, James?
No, I totally agree. And what I would also like to say, just before we round up today, I see a few questions in the chat that don't seem to get asked. When the voice chat is active and open, is that some people mentioned in the chat about a few things that were supposed to take place, such as the billboard in Times Square, that I would just like to clear up. It's inevitable. It's happening. The reason why the first billboard got knocked back, that was supposed to go live over the weekend, was because apparently it exposed too much of the model that was used for the particular graphic, which was Chloe. So what we've done is sort of changed that, made a new graphic. It's gone off to them, and now that we're just simply waiting for it to go live. And these are things that we can't control, unfortunately, but ultimately it's going to go up. It's done, it's paid for. But sometimes, in business, these things happen. But it is going. I'm hoping it's going to be this week. I believe we have tomorrow, I believe we're supposed to have the graphic printed and the billboard with Chloe Terra on the, the Sunset Hollywood Boulevard or something like that. So that should be up and live tomorrow. So that's going to bring us a lot of great exposure. This week, I hope that we have the billboard in Times Square goes live. So I mean, this week for me, I believe is going to be a very successful week, and we are looking to aim for Friday for the announcement of the exchange that we are going to be listing on next, if not before.
Absolutely. Good. So just going to just double check more of the questions in the main chat. And how many Taboo punks have been ordered. I think James, that maybe you can speak to that if you'd like, and then I can answer off of that. So
Yeah. So at the moment, it's the Taboo punks that have been ordered are around about just over 1,500, just under 1,500
wow, even I wasn't
as we
aware that it
stand.
was that much already. Fantastic. That
As
is
we stand. Yeah.
fantastic.
As we stand.
Great. Great. And just a reminder with the Taboo punks, I mean, this the Taboo punks are not a primary focus of ours. It was more for us, James and I, we wanted to roll out think of it like a special appreciation to our holders, to give them the opportunity to own a rare and scarce asset that can really grow in future value, given how much NFTs do go for. I mean, the amount of money that people spend on NFTs, it's beyond comprehension for me at times. But owning a Taboo
Also,
punks,
Maggie, just to confirm, I mean, in
yeah,
answer to your question, we potentially sold out the lot because there's somebody in this chat right now that is listening, that has said he would like to buy all of the leftovers. So you never know.
yes, exactly. And it is a first come, first serve basis on these Taboo punks,
Exactly.
and we are only minting 10,000, and that will be the only 10,000 that will be in existence. And by owning a Taboo punks, you will get premium access to the top tier of our marketplace, and that includes VIP exclusive invites to live events, meet and greets with models, or even looking at creating a Taboo mansion where, I mean, we really are, to keep it simple, imagine Playboy and just imagine we are the Playboy of the crypto space. So we are following in the path of the Playboy brand, and given the bigger requirements of an entry to get to the top tier of our marketplace, this is an opportunity for our early holders to not only get to own a highly valuable asset, but they will be able to at a lower cost, so to speak, get access to our higher tiers. So without telling you to do it, and to always keep in mind that this is not financial advice at all times. I always say this. I would strongly recommend owning a Taboo punks, or two or 10, depending on what your budget is, and what you're willing to work with as well. So good, good. So looking at any other questions here? Somebody had asked, what is the announcement from M. Azim Zid? Check our recent Twitter post, and it's also the most recent pin as well. It is a third exchange listing. And one thing I'm really happy about with this exchange, and I think you would agree as well, James, is their professionalism, their ability to really understand what it is that our project needs at this given time. And one of the biggest drawbacks from exchanges, and one this is really a pet peeve of mine, when people look at the CMC rankings and they look at the volume, most exchanges have wash and fake trading volume. So always keep that in mind, that the ranking themselves are not necessarily the be all end all for the quality of an exchange. In fact, first and foremost, it comes down to how user friendly their interface is. Do people know about this exchange in terms of it existing? There are hundreds of exchanges out there, but the biggest thing is, how much brand value does this exchange have? And I think that this next exchange, it is our biggest exchange yet, but it ticks off all the right boxes for us. And I will tell you that with James in my superior negotiation skills, let's just say that we landed a deal that is that in my mind, I don't think anyone else can land deals the way we do. So uh, so we're very excited about that as well. And it will be announced in the coming days, the listing date as well as the name in line with their official announcement. So to keep some consistency there. Good.
Yeah, exactly. Good. Okay. Are there any more questions in the voice call? Otherwise, let's wrap this up. Okay, good. So yes, let's have a big week. We've got a few more surprises along the way. I'm hoping for a very exciting week. I'm pretty sure it will be. And I'd like to thank you guys, again for your loyalty and commitment to Taboo. And thanks for joining the voice call. And I look forward to speaking to you all again on the next one, which I think we could potentially arrange for early at the same time, maybe Monday next week or even Friday this week. Who knows? So yeah, great. Thanks, Majid. And thanks for your time to the community.
Thank you, everybody, and we will definitely be seeing you all in here again as well. So perfect.
Thank you.